Welcome back, budgeteers. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. So we're going to talk about how I was able to save $10,000 in 10 months, making $35,000. Now, if you're doing a quick math, then you know 10 divided by 10 is 1, so roughly $1,000 per month was saved. But if you're really interested in exactly how I did it and the tips and tricks, stay tuned. The first thing you want to do, and the first thing I did, was I figured out why I wanted to save money, why I wanted to be financially free. And my why was I wanted to be there for my family. I wanted that peace of mind that comes with having money set aside for emergencies, that peace of mind that comes with having money set aside for what life throws at you, that peace of mind. And I just wanted to be free. And I will tell you this, having money set aside, it helps a lot. It gives you flexibility. It really does give you freedom. So find out your why. After that, you will need three things. You would have to be intentional. I was intentional with my savings. I was intentional on my journey. I wanted to be free. If you listen to my other video, you noticed, or you found out that I did have some debt. It was about $25 to about $3,000, and I was paying for school and doing everything else I was doing during that time. And you also need patience. This is not going to happen overnight. Unless you win the lotto, because the lotto is really high right now. I think Powerball has risen. And then the last thing you will need is consistency. And to me, and for this journey, consistency means showing up and holding yourself accountable. And that's intentional, and being accountable kind of goes hand in hand for me. So with consistency, now let's say, so you're going to see this video in October. So let's say you didn't get to save as much as you wanted to in October. When November comes up, you're going to try to catch up for what you missed out in October. So if your goal was to save $500 a month and you was only able to save $400 in the month of October, in November you're going to try your best to secure another $100. Consistency means you're constantly trying to reach your goal. You're constantly aiming for higher. That's what consistency means to me, especially on this financial journey, because life happens. And there's going to be months where you cannot save as much as you wanted to. But it's all about keeping that mentality, that focus, and being intentional, being patient with yourself. And it's about self-love. So this journey is not for you to brag and boast, but it's really to set yourself up for your future. Like, what type of future do you want for yourself? What type of future do you want for your family? So this is what this will help provide for you. Have those, questions and then answers to your why. Why do you want to be financially free? Like, why do you want to save? Why do you want to get out of debt? What is your purpose on your financial journey? After having those answers, you want to set up goals. I set up goals for myself. Now, at this time, I focused on two things. One, having a $10,000 emergency fund, because life does happen, like we all know. And then the second one was securing, saving, setting aside $5,000 for my apartment fund. So when it comes time for me to move out, when it came time for me to move out, I would have, a basic foundation, a starter, I guess, an apartment starter kit, if you will, right? I would be able to pay last month's rent, and if there's a broker's fee, I would have that, and to get some little essentials for my apartment. As you guys know, apartments in New York City are very expensive. I'm talking about $1,200 for a studio, not a one bedroom, a studio, and I can't afford that. I can't afford it. I've seen studios up towards to about $3,000. It's like that here. Bear with us. It is like that. So maybe we should just hop state and just get out. So have your goals. Set up little goals for yourself. So during this time, my biweekly take home was about $800 to $1,000 every 2 weeks. So let me give you guys, you know what? I'm gonna save that tip for another video where it talks about all the tips. But really quickly, you can alter your take-home check depending on your allowances and what you write on your forms. It's a short term. It's not something you do over the long run. Well, I guess it's over the long. Well, you do it for a couple of months and then you readjust it. But this was my take-home pay during this time. So the first thing I did after all of that, the next thing I did was I set up a small buffer of about $600. I think it was 600, between 6 to 8. And the reason why you want to set up a buffer, I'm a strong believer in having a buffer. If you follow Dave Ramsey, he says to have a $1,000 emergency fund for when you're first starting off your journey to like pay off debt. I recommend having a buffer, and your buffer should cover at least 1 month's worth of expenses. Now, you can go to 2 months, 3 months, what have you. I recommend about a month of, when I say expenses, I mean necessary expenses. It's not for shopping sprees and things like that. So this $600 to get me through paying my rent, because I do contribute to the household for the month, and buying little things that I may need, such as food, and also paying for my transportation. At this time, the monthly Metro card in New York was $116 a month for the Metro card. And remember, I was also going to school and I had to pay for that as well. So set up a small buffer. And then I cut unnecessary expenses. If I didn't need it, why would I continue to do this when I was on this journey? Remember, I'm being intentional. So if I'm going to be intentional with my money, as Dave Ramsey says, I was not, and I'm still not, going to spend on unnecessary things. If it was something that I could go without, I went without it. It wasn't needed. So essentially, I save because my life depends on me. The quality of my life depends on me. The quality of your life depends on you. What you put in is what you get out. Now, sometimes, Lady Luck may not be on your side, but still continue to carry on. Save because your life depends on you. And you are important enough to you to put yourself first and what you need in order to help others and be there for people. And that's what I decided to pick up and believe and just follow that through. And that's what helped me. That's what helped me on my financial journey. So, what are some tips that you can follow today? Today, you can open an online bank, a high interest savings accounts or CDs. I believe not too long ago I have read in the news that CD rates were going up, so look into that. There's two that I know of. You could check Synchrony Bank and also Barclays Bank. Now they do have it in the UK and also in the US. So if you're in the US, hey. If you're in the UK, hey. And I'm not sure about Canada, but you can check it out. When you go shopping, ask for a store discount or even a rain check on items that are on sale. I know in the grocery stores in the US that it really depends on which grocery store, but some will allow you to take a rain check on sale items, especially if they don't have the quantity in stock that you may need, or if they don't have it in stock at the time. I know Walgreens, if you have Walgreens in your area, at least in the US, I know they do rain checks. Store discounts, you never know about, like maybe there's an employee discount or something. Ask for those discounts. Bring your lunch to work. Now, I know we see this a lot in New York City. People tend to eat out for lunch. I don't do it. I barely do, probably once a month, if that. It's not even every month. So, bringing your lunch to work not only saves you money, but it's healthier for you. And how your meal was prepared. So this is a good one. Have a discount cell phone plan, or when I say prepaid phone, I really mean a discount cell phone plan or a discount carrier. Now, Metro and T-Mobile recently, as T-Mobile recently acquired Metro, even though they were in, I guess, business with each other for a while. So that's my current carrier. I was on Sprint before, and I was paying hundreds. When I say hundreds, I mean like $100 a month. Sometimes a little bit higher than $100 a month for 2 years. You guys excuse me, I am a little bit under the weather. Oh my goodness. So find one of those plans. I have a budget cell phone, so that's another one. It kind of falls into this category. Have a budget cell phone. Now, I will tell you this. When I was younger, I was spending again, living, you're not really thinking a lot of money on phones. And now I realize I don't need $1,000 phone. I don't. I would much rather have maybe like 100, so maybe 250, $250 phone. And the rest of the money, I could put it towards savings. I could put it towards debt. I could put it towards my investments. Now, when I go shopping, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. What I want in the stores, they don't sell, so I don't really shop. What do I want? I want to invest my money. They don't sell that in the stores. I want an apartment. They do not sell that in the stores. I want to be financially free. They do not sell that in the stores. So now I'm more aware of my purchases. You have to live in the moment and understand what you're doing. So some more tips. Short-term goals. Very important. You could do monthly goals, you could do weekly goals, you could do bi-weekly, you could do daily goals. It's really up to you. Set yourself up for future success. That's what I recommend. Having a buffer. I said it before. I think I probably beat that one to that. Have a buffer is very important. Recycle. Now, I am a tree hugger, so you can recycle, especially if you're buying the waters by the cases. Those water bottles in the US, I know, and in New York, we have a bottle deposit fee. So you can recycle that and put that money aside. Also, you can even save up for a nice quality filter and just set up a little sinking fund. Maybe you say $1 a month or $1 a week you would set aside to replace the filter when it comes through. Automate your savings. This is big. So having a buffer, automating your savings. Now, when I was on this journey, I set up and I still have my savings automatically deducted. The reason why is because if before I get my money, the taxes are withdrawn, then I'm left over with whatever they say I can get. So, as soon as that paycheck hits my account, because I have direct deposit, as soon as that money is deposited into my account, my savings is automatically withdrawn. So during this time, I was transferring $500 per paycheck into my savings. So that was approximately $1,000 a month. Sometimes it was a little bit more, but I tried at the very least to have $500 taken out a month. At the very least, 500. Couponing, I think some other people on YouTube has mentioned it. Coupon is great, but coupon for things you need that are essentials and not just, oh, I'm just gonna grab this because it's on sale. So you have to be, that goes back to being intentional. You have to be intentional and accountable. Now save the change. This one I still do today. When I say I still do it, I have a little change purse. Maybe I'll share that with you guys in another video. But real quick, save your change. At the end of the week, you can cash it in. And you could either use that to pay off debt, use it to treat yourself, or you could use it towards your savings. Now, I say if you treat yourself, you're going to treat yourself in two ways. You're going to treat yourself in the future, and you're going to treat yourself in the present. So if you're going to go splurge and buy something for $100 or what have you, make sure you also put down $100 for your future self. That's what I believe. I highly recommend it. That should be its own little like bullet. Budget your income low and your expenses high. So normally my paycheck is usually about 10-17. So to budget it low, I will budget, let's say 10, or even $1,000. That's how you would budget your income low and your expenses high. Let's say the most your bill was, let's say the most the bill was $50 or $100. You would budget it at the most, never what your minimum was. So for your income, you use your minimum that you've ever received, and for your expenses, you use the maximum that you will ever charge. So thank you everyone for watching my video. If this was helpful, please like and share the video. I really want this budgetary community to grow. I really want everyone to embark on their journey to financial freedom, especially those young students. If you're just starting college or you just got your first job, even if you're saving $10 a week, $100 a week, your future self will thank you. I wish I had did that. I wish someone had said, hey, let me, I wish someone had said, save $10 a week, or let me help you save money for your future self. So if this is helpful, please share. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Take care.